In this video, we will show you how to replace your passenger side outer tie rod end on this Dodge Ram 1500. This is part of your front steering and suspension located under the front of your vehicle. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Safely raise and support the front of the vehicle, make your way under the front. This is where you're going to find the right front outer tie rod end and the inner tie rod end. Let's make a quick measurement. When we use our measuring tool here, we're going to go from one tie rod end stud all the way up here, all the way over to the other side, just underneath the pitman arm on the other tie rod end stud. Now on my application, it looks like I'm at approximately 41 inches. Your results may vary. Go ahead and take note of that. You can write it down if necessary. Moving along from there, let's make our way to the right front wheel. We're going to remove that by removing all 5 of our 21mm lug nuts, and we get the wheel right off of here. As you remove each of these, give them a quick inspection, set them aside. Remove your wheel. Now in between the outer tie rod end and the inner tie rod end, there's an adjustment sleeve. We're going to go ahead and loosen that, but before we do the sleeve, let's also loosen this area here. You can see the 2 mounting nuts for the sleeve along the front on this application. The mounting nut for this area is right along the back side. For each of these, we'll be using a 15mm. This should be able to move around. Just want to try to spread those ears so we can slide this down the outer tie rod end as needed. You can also flex this away if necessary. Now we'll focus on the sleeve mounting hardware. Once again, using 15mm for each of these, we'll loosen them enough that we can gently spread these 2 clamps. Then we're going to have to turn the sleeve, breaking it free from both of the tie rod ends. Continuing on in this area, we're going to clean along both tie rod ends. There should be threaded areas that lead into the sleeve. As you can tell, there's a whole bunch of miscellaneous debris here. We're going to clean this with a wire brush and we'll use some penetrant. After that, we're going to work this back and forth, freeing it up. Use a wire brush if necessary. Now I have some long-handled pliers here. I'm just going to start turning this, as I mentioned, one direction or the other. When doing so, we essentially want to make our way back to the starting point. After that, we can continue on to removing the tie rod end from the sleeve. Now that we have that broken free, we're going to tighten the clamp that holds the inner tie rod end to the sleeve. Using my 15mm. Let's move further down the outer tie rod end towards the passenger side here, and in the center is where you're going to find the mounting point for your drag link. The drag link makes its way all the way over towards the driver's side. We're going to have to dislodge this from the outer tie rod end. We have a locking cotter pin, we can remove that, and we'll remove the mounting nut. We'll set that aside for recycling. Use a 21mm to remove the mounting nut, a quick inspection, and start it back on just a couple threads. When installing this nut, we want to try to have it pretty much level in this area, and we'll continue on with separating this joint. For separating the joint, you can use a tie rod end removal tool if you have one. You could also try using a hammer. Will cause some vibration, hopefully separating this, or you could lightly tap along this area to separate it as well. In this instance, you do not want to try to use a pickle fork in between this area. You can cause damage to your drag link. Thoroughly inspect that nut. You will be reusing it. We'll slide this out of here. At this point, you can either tie this up or just let it dangle, whatever your preference is. Let's continue following this down towards the steering knuckle. Now for this tie rod end, once again, we have another cotter pin, and then we're going to remove our 21mm nut. We'll have to break this free. In this area, you could use a pickle fork or the tie rod end tool, or even just the hammer like you already saw. If the cotter pin doesn't want to come out, you can carefully break it off. That will make it a little bit difficult to remove the nut if you're using hand tools, but typically if you're using an impact tool, it'll come right off. If you did find you have a hard time, you could use a hammer and punch and try to drive it out, or even a drill of some sort. Use some penetrant. We'll start that nut back on there. This is for safety. Now I'm going to tap on the steering knuckle along here. We should see this separate. I have the nut on there so it won't completely separate, potentially fall and hurt me. Continuing from here, we're going to have to start turning the outer tie rod end. We're paying attention at where it meets to the sleeve, up near the center area there. We're going to count the amount of turns it takes to remove it. So once we do go to install the brand new outer tie rod end, we'll go back in the same amount of turns and we'll be pretty close on our alignment. If you find you have a hard time, go ahead and use the port where the drag link went into. You can use pretty much anything as a rod for this. I'm just going to use a long Phillips head screwdriver. Slide it right on through there, and we're going to start turning this tie rod end clockwise, removing it from the sleeve. We'll count the turns, of course. There's 1, 2, and so on. Count the turns, write it down somewhere. I got approximately 39 turns on that. Your results may vary. Like I said, just go ahead and write that down. Continuing on from there, we have to separate this from the outer tie rod end. If it's already loose, typically you can go ahead and tap it off of here with a hammer if necessary. You just want to give that a thorough inspection. Go ahead and clean it down if you need to. And there's your outer tie rod end. Continuing from here, before we install the brand new outer tie rod end, we need to pay attention to a couple areas. We'll start up at the adjustment sleeve here. We want to make sure we clean the inside where you can see the threaded area. We'll confirm it's not rotted or damaged or weak in any way, otherwise it needs to be replaced, and we'll continue on back at the steering knuckle. After you've cleaned and inspected this area, it's a good idea to add some sort of lubricant. You can use some anti-season here, or you could even use some grease. Either way, we want to try to prevent it from rusting and rotting and making it so you can't create the adjustment needed for the alignment. I'll just use some high temperature grease here. I'm going to go right inside the port, work it around on that threaded area. Over on the steering knuckle, we'll be paying attention to the mounting points and the port that the stud goes through. Make sure there's no damage, cracks, or wear. This knuckle looks good. Okay, let's prepare to install our brand new right front outer tie rod end. Before you install this onto the sleeve, you want to make sure you reinstall this bracket. We're going to slide it right down onto the tie rod end, and we can leave it in this area. Now we'll be focusing up along the sleeve. We'll align the tie rod end with this, we'll start it in. After that, we're going to continue on with counting. We want to have the same amount of turns as it took to remove it originally. As far as screwing this in, we're going to be going counterclockwise. All right, that's started in, so let's start our count. 1, 2, and so on. All right, there's our 37 turns that I had for my original application. As I said before, your results may vary. Go ahead and install it the same amount of turns. Once you have it down there on the sleeve, we'll go ahead and start focusing down next to that steering knuckle. Of course, we're going to remove the brand new nut. We'll start on the outer tie rod end nut. Bottom it out. The torque for this is 75 foot-pounds. It's snug, now we'll torque it. We'll be paying attention to the slots on the mounting nut in comparison to the port that makes its way through the stud of the tie rod end. We need to have it properly aligned so we can put in the locking cotter pin. If it's not aligned, continue tightening the nut until the very next slot is. After that, install the cotter pin. Now, since mine is not lined up, I'm going to continue tightening. Now we can get the drag link in place. You should be able to push this one direction or the other as needed. Slide it right on through that port. After that, you want to install your castle nut in this area. We'll snug it up. The torque for this is also 75 foot-pounds. Now that we have that torqued, you know what to do. We have to align the ports here so we can install our locking cotter pin. Let's pin over the cotter pin. Now, as we make our way down here to our sleeve, it's a good idea to go ahead and align the two clamps together because we want to make sure we can have this shaft making its way in between, all the way up across just like this. Once you do have that properly aligned, let's go ahead and snug it up. We'll torque each of these clamps to 45 foot-pounds. Let's get this in here. We're having it aligned with each one of our clamps. We can tighten it up. One last quick inspection in this area, and we can reinstall the wheel. Now that we have the wheel back on the ground, we'll be torquing each of these lug nuts to 115 foot-pounds in a crisscross manner. Torqued. Okay, friend, we finished the installation of our right front outer tie rod end. The next thing that you want to do is go ahead and take your vehicle for a road test down to your local alignment shop. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.